Oceanography is the scientific study of the ocean and all of its phenomena. It is a multidisciplinary field that combines elements of geology, physics, chemistry, biology, and environmental science to better understand the properties and behavior of the ocean. Oceanographers investigate the physical and chemical processes that drive ocean currents, the distribution of nutrients and other materials throughout the ocean, the diverse array of marine life that inhabits it, and the impact of human activities on the health of the ocean. The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface and plays a critical role in shaping our planet's climate and weather patterns. It is also home to a vast array of marine organisms, many of which remain largely unknown to science. Oceanographers seek to understand the complex interactions between the ocean, the atmosphere, and the land, and to predict how these interactions may change over time. One of the primary areas of study in oceanography is physical oceanography. This branch of the field focuses on the physical properties of the ocean, including its temperature, salinity, and density, as well as the movement of water currents and waves. Physical oceanographers use a variety of tools and techniques to measure these properties, including satellite observations, buoys, and ship-based sensors. By studying the physical characteristics of the ocean, they can better understand its role in global climate patterns, as well as the ways in which ocean currents and waves can impact marine ecosystems and human activities. Another important area of study in oceanography is chemical oceanography. This branch of the field focuses on the chemical composition of seawater, including its pH, dissolved oxygen content, and levels of nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. Chemical oceanographers study the ways in which these properties can impact marine life, as well as the ways in which human activities such as pollution can alter the chemical composition of the ocean. They also investigate the ways in which ocean chemistry may be impacted by climate change, including the potential for ocean acidification due to increased levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Biological oceanography is yet another important area of study in the field of oceanography. This branch focuses on the study of marine organisms and their ecosystems, including the ways in which they interact with one another and with their environment. Biological oceanographers study everything from plankton to whales, and seek to understand the ways in which these organisms are impacted by changes in ocean conditions. They also investigate the ways in which marine organisms can impact the ocean and its ecosystems, including through the production of oxygen and the cycling of nutrients. Finally, oceanographers also investigate the ways in which human activities are impacting the ocean and its ecosystems. This includes everything from pollution and overfishing to the effects of climate change on ocean temperatures, sea levels, and ocean chemistry. Oceanographers work closely with policymakers, conservationists, and other stakeholders to develop strategies for mitigating the impacts of human activities on the ocean and preserving its health for future generations. The United States is a leader in oceanography research, with numerous institutions dedicated to the field, such as the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. The United States also has a significant investment in oceanographic research, with substantial funding from government agencies such as the National Science Foundation and NOAA. Canada is another leader in oceanography research, with several prominent research institutions such as the Bedford Institute of Oceanography and the Institute of Ocean Sciences. The Canadian government also invests heavily in oceanographic research, with funding from organizations such as the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council. The United Kingdom has a long history of oceanography research, with institutions such as the National Oceanography Centre and the Scottish Association for Marine Science leading the way. The UK government also invests heavily in oceanographic research, with funding from organizations such as the Natural Environment Research Council. Germany is home to several prominent oceanography research institutions, including the Helmholtz Center for Ocean Research and the Alfred Wegener Institute. The German government also invests heavily in oceanographic research, with funding from organizations such as the German Research Foundation. Australia is a leader in marine research, with institutions such as the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation, CSIRO, and the Australian Institute of Marine Science. The Australian government also invests heavily in oceanographic research, with funding from organizations such as the Australian Research Council. Japan is a significant contributor to oceanographic research, with institutions such as the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology, JAMSTEC, and the National Institute of Polar Research. The Japanese government also invests heavily in oceanographic research, with funding from organizations such as the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science. France has a strong tradition of oceanography research, with institutions such as the French National Centre for Scientific Research, CNRS, and the French Research Institute for Exploitation of the Sea, IFREMER. The French government also invests heavily in oceanographic research, with funding from organizations such as the French National Research Agency. Overall, these countries are just a few examples of the many nations investing in and leading oceanography research. With growing global concern over the health of our oceans and their impact on the environment and human society, it is likely that investment in this field will continue to grow in the coming years.